Hey everybody, I'm Tyler Salt,
Hey, I'm Jossum Sauce.
and welcome to another episode of Game and Guess, part Let's Play, part Trivia Show, all nonsense. Today, Jaws is playing Earthworm Jim for the Super Nintendo. Jaws, you love this game, right?
I love these games. There's 1 and 2. I think it was a 64 game too, and I never played that though.
I played this for the Super Nintendo, maybe for the Genesis first. I didn't have a Genesis, but a cousin one of mine had it, and holy crap, did this game frustrate me. So I'm glad you're playing it, not me. But we've got 20 questions for you to answer while you are playing it. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, let's get right to it.
Cow has been launched, so we're ready.
Cows are launched already. Remember to play along, keep track of your score, then let us know how you did down in the comments after you like and subscribe and ring the bell so you get notifications for when we have new videos dropping. So with all of that boilerplate out of the way, let's get going with our quiz tonight. Round 1 is on Earth Science. Are you ready?
Earth Science, let's go.
All right. Let's just get some things out of the way right off the top here. Question 1. The Earth is round, and it is way, way older than 6,000 years.
Great.
All right? So how old are we talking? How old is the Earth? Is it 2.5 billion years old, 4.5 billion, or 6.5 billion?
So one of those numbers sounds like the population of Earth, and one is the age. I'm gonna go with 6.5.
Unfortunately, that is incorrect. The Earth's about 4.5 billion years old. Earth's population, we're creeping up toward 8 billion.
Okay.
I think in terms of
I
population.
think the last time I knew it was around 6.5. So that kind of
I believe, if I remember correctly from when I was researching this earlier, the sun is about 6.5 billion years old,
okay.
for what it's worth. So.
Cool.
0 points there.
Yeah.
All of our questions are worth 5 points. So you're and instead of points, we are going with cans of worms.
Cans of worms.
Which
that's right.
are the continues, if I'm not mistaken, in Earthworm Jim.
They're like
correct?
extra lives.
Continues?
Yeah, continues.
Right.
Yeah.
So you've opened 0 cans of worms so far.
That's right.
We're gonna start off. I think this is probably the hardest category of questions that I've got for you today. So don't get discouraged if this one doesn't go well, because I think the rest of them will be
Let go
a
of
little
me.
bit easier. What is that thing?
The crow. There's a crow and a dog, or whatever. Aliens.
Question number 2. The topmost surface layer of the Earth is the crust. It's anywhere from 5 to 75 kilometers deep. Now, for 1 point each, what are the 5 most common elements found in the Earth's crust by weight? In descending order, they are a non-metal, a semi-metal, and then 3 metals, for what it's worth.
Okay.
The 5 most common elements found in the crust by weight. Iron is 1. It's number 4 at 5%.
Okay. Carbon?
Carbon is not in the top 5.
Okay. Interesting. Let's see. So these are elements, right?
Elements, yes.
All right. So carbon's not in there. Okay. Or
no.
Not in the top 5. Nitrogen?
Nitrogen is not in the top 5 either.
Wow.
Nope.
This is some random trash bin that's also making French horns.
This is throwing tubas at you?
Yeah, I guess they're tiny sousaphones and anvils.
All right, sure.
Okay. Oxygen?
Oxygen's number 1
Okay,
at 46.6% by weight.
Kind of thought carbon would have been number 1, but that's how,
You have one more guess.
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen, no. So oxygen was your 1 non-metal.
Gotcha.
The semi-metal is silicon. That's second.
Oh, wow.
At
Really?
27.7%.
Cool.
Yep. Lots of silicates in like rocks and minerals. A lot of silicon in there. Aluminum, number 3.
Sure.
At 8.1%. Iron is number 4 at 5%. And then calcium is number 3.
Wow.
Number 5 there.
I had no idea.
3.6%. So,
but
you did get 2 points. You're on the board. Two cans of worms there.
Wow, we have a weird boss fight.
Yep. Oh man, another different. What was the trash guy? Was he not a boss? Was he a mini boss?
Pre-boss boss.
A pre-boss. More
This is like
Tubas
the
being
leader
thrown
of
at
the
you.
junkyard now. That was just like the junkyard.
This guy's
robot.
like barfing up fish. Man, this game is gross. Gives me like big Ren and Stimpy vibes.
Yeah.
Which I didn't like either, so this all makes sense. All right, question number 3. We're sticking with the Earth's crust
Got it.
here.
Oh,
The Kola Super Deep Borehole, it's Kola,
okay.
was specifically drilled to be the deepest hole in the world.
Okay.
All right, it was drilled in the 70s and 80s. It's about 9 centimeters, 3.5 inches wide, and it reached a final depth about 12 kilometers, around 40,000 feet in 1989. The Kola Super Deep Borehole can be found in what country that would totally have done this sort of thing?
So, like Russia, it would be the. I'm gonna guess Russia.
That is actually yes, Russia, the Soviet Union. That's absolutely
Yeah.
correct. Yes.
I was like, it's
We
either
lost
like
the
China.
Space race. Better dig a really deep hole. Well, it was
That's
the 70s and 80s, so this is definitely more Russia's jam at that point. Speaking of minerals, question number 4: the Mohs scale
Okay.
characterizes the hardness of minerals.
Okay.
A mineral is harder than another if it can visibly scratch it
Sure.
when you rub it against it. Diamond is the hardest mineral on the scale. It's a 10 on the
Yep.
Mohs scale.
Oh.
What mineral ranks at number 1? The softest on the scale. Don't sweat this question too hard or it might chafe.
It's I guess water a mineral.
Water is not a mineral. No, I'm not going to count that as your guess.
Salt.
Ooh, no.
Sodium.
Unfortunately, it's incorrect.
Sodium is salt is not a mineral. But sodium.
Salt's a mineral.
Is it? Okay.
Salt's a mineral.
All right. Well,
Sodium chloride.
Yeah. Okay.
Salt is a more general term.
right.
Like
I
table
thought you
salt
would
is a
expect
mineral.
the actual name. Yeah.
Right.
So
Like
cool.
salts are just a more general term.
Sure.
But no, it is a talc.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
sweat
Sweat
this
and
question
chafe.
too hard or it
Okay, I
might
like
chafe.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
talc. Yep, the softest mineral at 1 on the Mohs scale. There you go.
I gotta
So
use my-
still at 7 cans of worms here.
Oops.
We're gonna stick with rocks here for a moment. Do you know what the 3 kinds of rock are?
Like sedimentary, those ones, sedimentary,
one.
igneous, and
Yep.
Metamorphic.
That's absolutely correct. Those are not for the points,
Dang
but
it.
you know those 3.
Wait, I should
so
get something.
I'm gonna name 5 I'm gonna name 5 kinds of rock.
Okay.
You tell me whether each one is
Cool.
igneous, sedimentary, or metamorphic.
Awesome.
All right. For 1 point.
As long as I don't have to
each.
sing the song about the Major Modern General. That'll be
No.
okay.
No.
What am I?
I can do that if you want. I covered that role once, so it's good. So here we go. 5A, limestone.
Limestone
Igneous,
is.
sedimentary, or metamorphic?
I'm gonna say metamorphic on that one.
That's incorrect. It's sedimentary.
Ah.
It's formed from corals, shells, and other
Oh, that makes
biomatter.
sense.
5B, marble.
Marble is sedimentary. Because that's
Marble
layers?
is metamorphic.
Oh, metamorphic. Dang it.
Marble is
Maybe I don't know the difference between the 3. I know
So
igneous is
sedimentary,
the
right,
like lava.
you got,
rocks.
like,
yeah.
sediment that's kind of gone on each other. Metamorphic is rocks that are formed by extreme heat and pressure.
Sure.
And then igneous are from like volcanic stuff, right?
Right.
Marble is just limestone that has been subjected to extreme heat or pressure. So
Sweet.
there's
Doing
that.
good so far.
Doing good so far. 5C.
There's the lawyer.
pumice.
By the way, this is supposed to be hell, and there's a lawyer. So for both of us,
course. Yeah, there you go. Shoot that lawyer. Whip him with your face.
Yes.
All right, 5C, pumice.
Igneous.
Pumice is igneous. That's
Wow,
right. It's
base.
cooling magma that has air pockets in it, gas pockets in it, that cools and solidifies after it's been
Snowman
ejected
chance in
a
hell.
volcanic
There we go.
And now there's a snowman for some reason.
It's a
that
snowball's
shoots
chance in
fireball.
hell. Jeez.
All right,
It's
good.
kind of hard, difficult. Oh, my bad.
5D, granite.
Granite is. It's like heavy rock. That's I'm gonna say that's metamorphic.
No, it's igneous again.
Dang it.
Granite is magma that has crystallized while beneath the surface.
This is a good
And then
test, 'cause
finally,
I haven't studied this stuff in a long time.
No, it's tough. Yeah,
It's good.
5E is flint.
Flint. That's metamorphic.
Sedimentary.
Oh man.
Yeah,
clean,
it's a form of
clean
flint.
sweep.
Yeah, you got 1
I
point.
got one though.
You got 1 point.
All right, we killed the snowman
So-
at least.
Up to 8 cans of worms.
And this gem. Speaking of gems, it's perfect.
Speaking of gems, yeah, this is
the
great.
Teleporting.
2 more Earth science questions, and then you're done with this category. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right, here we go. Question number 6. Every 2 to 7 years,
Mhm.
the surface waters of the eastern tropical Pacific Ocean experience a significant temporary increase in temperature.
Okay.
And this causes drastic increases in rainfall in South America, droughts in Indonesia and Australia, and cold winters in the western United States. What is the common name of this cyclical phenomenon, which the common name originated from Spanish colonizers in Peru and Ecuador?
El Nino.
El Nino is exactly correct.
And there's that La Nina that happens too.
La Nina is the
opposite.
kind of is the other one in the cycle. Yeah. So, El Nino, when capitalized, referring specifically to the Christ child in Spanish. So, for what it's worth, which is nothing in this context. So, but there you go. El Nino, absolutely correct. 5 points. 5 cans.
My
of worms.
igneous rock has left me here.
Those look like big
I
emeralds.
need
which are
both.
Corundum, I think. Question
No, okay.
number 7.
Okay.
All right, our final Earth science question. While it takes the Earth 24 hours to make one full rotation on its axis, about how long does it take the sun at its equator to do the same thing? All right,
Mhm.
I've got multiple choice for you here,
Sure.
and there is a hint available if you want it.
Okay.
All right. So how long does it take the sun at its equator to make one full rotation on its axis? Is it 25 hours, 25 days, 25 months, or 25 years?
Oh man, so it's definitely not ours because it's huge, way bigger. So it's proportional. This kind of matters, like how proportionate it is to the Earth. I think so. It's either months or days, or unless it doesn't spin very fast too. That's also possible. This is like really tricky. I take the hint.
The hint is a 50-50, right?
Okay.
So it is either B, 25 days, or C,
Oh, great!
25 months.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It's like, can you use it in a sentence? And like, is a word.
But you know, confirmation that
ooh.
you were on the right track before is
Why is
valuable.
that the continue? Oh, I missed the continue.
Oh
That's
no.
funny. We have a continue, so it's fine. There's a can of worms. Yeah. Open that can of worms. I'm gonna go with days.
B, 25 days. Is that your final answer?
Yes, it is.
That's absolutely correct.
Very good.
It is worth 18 points, or it's worth 5 points, bringing you to 18 at the end of the round. Fun fact, that question was verbatim the question that I answered correctly for $100,000 on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
And there it is, Tyler Salt's humble brag of the week. This is definitely a segment now.
So verbatim,
like it.
That was that question. I went back and got the transcript.
It's funny.
So
that's-
and I went through essentially the same thought process that you did. I was like, it's probably one of the two middle ones.
Yeah.
Used my 50-50.
And then you get
went down to B and C. I was like, all right, well, the sun is big and it does stuff fast.
Yes.
So 25 days. That's right.
That's
So
funny.
good job. right.
So we did speak in the first episode that you've been on game shows, and so
Yes.
you know, the longer you watch the show, folks, the more you'll find out what game shows Tyler's been on. So there's that one.
Yeah.
There's the first one.
That's one. There's another. Maybe someday there will be
It's
more.
an Easter
but,
egg, and that'll be a quiz question later. So make sure y'all remember that.
yeah, there you go.
One day that'll
So
matter.
after
maybe a
7
prize or
questions,
something.
after one round,
Yep.
Jaws, you have 18 cans of worms. How do you
Right.
think you're doing?
That's pretty bad, but those are really hard and not my style at all. So I
Yeah.
totally expect that. And I know
So,
a lot of folks
I-
listening would totally, or watching, will have nailed that and make me a fool.
It's a tough round to be sure. I
Yeah.
think that the rest of it is a little bit easier.
It was a tough round for a lawyer. Let's just say that.
It does require some specialized knowledge. All right.
Yeah.
Round 2 is on worms.
Perfect.
Right? So we got Earth and worms. What could round 3 be? But round 2 on worms.
Oops.
Here we go. Question number 8. In the United States, the common earthworm, or in North America, I should say, the common earthworm is sometimes also known by slightly more sinister sounding name, which was also shared by a member of the X-Men.
Ooh. Sinister name. It's probably not the Magneto. But
Famously, Magneto, not a member of the X-Men.
Yeah. Oh, right. Well, it depends on how you. It depends on what you define an X-Men at. He's the villain, but he works with them
correctly.
He's on their side sometimes. They team up. Which way do I gotta go here? This way.
I have no idea which way you need to go. That's all you, buddy.
This is the way I was going last time. Okay. Man, this feels like one that would be easy too.
Yep.
So it's
You remember that 90s X-Men cartoon as well as I do,
sweet.
I'm sure.
It's getting rebooted too.
Yeah.
Or added to, I guess. Okay, so there's like, so you said sinister. That means something.
It's more sinister than Earthworm.
Okay. I mean, 'cause it's not like Colossus. It's not. It's like Iceman. Why can't I think it's the purple guy? Oh man, he just disappears. He's like the Romanian guy. His name is not Beast. The other blue guy.
Yep. All this is correct.
Literally just played X-Men on Genesis like 2 days ago with my son, and we were him. It was my son's favorite character.
Yeah, my favorite character too. Keep all of this, by the way.
Oh my god! Why can't this is like one of those super brain farts where it's just like this obvious question.
How do worms get around?
They slither.
Ooh, or
they night crawlers. Damn it!
Night crawler.
Damn
there
it.
you go.
What? That's so easy. Oh my god.
Oh my god. All right, I'm giving you 2 points for that.
Oh, that's so bad. Yeah, that's maybe Earthworm Jim getting to me. There's a lot of stuff going on in this game.
There's a lot of stuff going on in this game. You're up to 20 cans of worms here. All right, question number 9 here. Question number 2 in round 2. Question number 9. A lot going on in this question, but we do have a hint available if you want it. All right.
Sure.
Roundworm.
I'll take the hint.
C. elegans. Right? Have you heard of this?
Sorry, I was making a joke.
What
I
was
said
your
I'll
joke?
take the
Sorry.
hint before the question even starts. Right,
so Roundworm C. elegans is one of the simplest animals with a nervous system.
Okay.
It's perhaps the most studied and best understood organism in the world.
Wow.
It was the first organism to ever it was the first organism to ever have its entire genome mapped. It's the only organism to date that we've mapped its entire connectome. We have a complete wiring diagram of this thing's nervous system, and is the only organism for which that's the case. Right?
Okay.
So we have a really good understanding of what this thing is and how it works, and it's been used as a model organism in a whole bunch of biological studies, and including some for comparison to humans. So, for example, and here's the question. Because C. elegans reacts in the same way that mammals do to this stuff, scientists got a bunch of roundworms addicted to what harmful substance?
Oh man. I hope it's like cocaine or heroin or something. So it's some kind of drug.
So I will specify this because I don't want you to go off too far off in the wrong in the wrong directions. It is not. I'm not talking about like a drug or a product. I'm talking about a thing in a drug or product that is harmful and addictive.
Caffeine.
Unfortunately, caffeine is incorrect. Nicotine.
Nicotine. Okay. Yeah. I had three choices there: nicotine, alcohol, or caffeine.
And those were the three choices that I would have given you had you taken the hint.
That's funny.
So
that's a good one.
Yeah. So yeah, they got a bunch of roundworms addicted to nicotine, and they react in the same way that mammals do, in a lot of ways. All right, we've moved on to the next level here. We're down the tubes, but we have a couple more questions on worms. Jaws, are you ready for question number 10?
Yeah.
All right. Have you ever played any of the Worms video
Oh, I
games?
love the Worms game.
All right, good.
Games.
So one of the mainstay weapons in the Worms franchise is borrowed from or inspired by a classic British comedy film. Name either the film or the weapon.
It's the Holy Hand Grenade from
Hand
King Arthur the from the Holy Grail.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Yeah,
it's
the
really
Holy
hard
Hand
to
Grenade.
do basic things with this game. Why is this game mentally challenging? It's crazy because I get pounded by this cat. Yeah, Monty Python. Yes, I can get my coconuts out.
All right, yeah. So 5 points.
Awesome.
All right.
Finally got one right. We're in the game.
Hey.
Ouch.
You're up to 25 cans of worms. It's a lot of worms. Not a lot of points, but it's a lot of worms. All right, question number 11, Jaws. Everybody's gotten an earworm before, right? Song stuck in your head. True or false, you can help get rid of a song stuck in your head by chewing gum. True or false?
See, like instinct would say true because you're like distracting yourself by doing something else. But I feel like chewing gum causes you to think about something else anyway. So it's not necessarily the act of chewing gum that does it, but you're just becoming distracted. So but that's still the thing that causes it, like starts the chain. So I'm gonna say true.
That is absolutely correct. It's true, or at least according to this one study. This was a research that was reported in 2015 by the School of Psychology and Clinical Language Sciences at the University of Reading. Basically, what happens is when you chew gum, this is along the lines of distracting yourself. It blocks like your sub vocal rehearsal of the music, right? So it blocks that component of your short-term memory, and your working memory that's associated with kind of creating music in your head, right? So chewing gum has been shown to get rid of earworms. There you go. So 5 points for that.
But why would you want to get rid of earworms if you're usually those are fun tunes you want to just keep in your head forever?
All right. Well, on that note, I've got another question on earworms. According to question number 12, according to a study on earworms by the American Psychological Association, the songs that are most likely to become earworms have a fast-paced tempo, an easy-to-remember melody, unusual intervals or repetitions, and heavy radio playtime, right?
Sure.
Of the 9 most frequently cited songs in the study, 3 of them are by Lady Gaga.
Wow.
All right. I will give you 1 point for each of the 3 that you can name, plus a bonus 2 points if you can tell me which of the 3 was the number 1 overall most frequently cited earworm in this study.
So, the first one, I think... Oh, I gotta jump over that or something. I gotta eat it with a hamster. Let me let out the giant hamster and then eat this little tiny dog thing. What is happening in this game? So number 1 is Poker Face.
Make your 3 song guesses. Make your 3 song guesses, and then tell me which of the 3 you think is number 1 overall.
Poker Face, which I also think is number 1 overall.
Okay, Poker Face is one of the songs.
And the dance... I'm like singing it in my head.
This cat.
Bad Romance.
Bad Romance is also one of the songs. That's correct.
Man. You gotta really hold the button. And the telephone one. Telephone?
Telephone. No, telephone is not. The third one is definitely the hardest one. Alejandro.
Okay.
Is the third one. So which, and you said.
I still think it's
Polka.
I still think it's Polka. Polka
you still
Face,
think Poker
which
Face
is
number 1?
Poker Face is the Weird Al version. Poker Face, I think, is number 1.
It's Bad Romance.
Is it really?
Number 1.
Depends if you watch enough South Park or not.
Yeah. So yeah, Bad Romance was number 1. Ooh. Alejandro was number 2, or excuse me, Alejandro was number 8.
Sure.
And Poker Face was number 9. To fill out the list, because I want to find this. Where'd that list go? There it is. That list of 9 songs, by the way, was Bad Romance by Lady Gaga in descending order of how frequently they were mentioned by participants in the study. Bad Romance by Lady Gaga, Can't Get You Out of My Head by Kylie Minogue.
Okay.
Don't Stop Believin' by Journey.
Sure.
Somebody That I Used to Know by Gautier.
Weird.
Moves Like Jagger by Maroon 5. California Girls by Katy Perry. Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. And then Alejandro by Lady Gaga and Poker Face by Lady Gaga.
I get, you said California Girls, but I get Hotel California in my head a lot. For some reason.
That's because you are an old white dude.
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right, so you got 2 points there. You're up to 32 cans of worms.
Okay, this time we're gonna eat stuff with a hamster. Eat them. Yes, eat them.
Yeah. Ride that hamster. Ride that rodent.
It's amazing.
All right. Finally, our final question on worms here. Found on the desert planet Arrakis in Frank Herbert's Dune, giant sandworms are worshipped by the Fremen, and they have to be avoided by walking without rhythm since they're attracted by the regular rhythm of footsteps. Sometimes also referred to as makers. What is the Fremen word for a sandworm?
I knew I should have watched that movie.
Have you not read the book?
No.
Oh,
it's
no.
on my list.
Oh, no.
Is it? I mean, but it feels like something that would be like a pop culture reference in other places.
Maybe.
A lot of people watching this will know that answer. Though.
Yeah.
I have a feeling. I know our audience.
Yes,
and,
probably.
and they're all going, seriously, Jaws, you haven't watched that or read the book? Sorry,
I haven't seen the movie yet either, but I have read the book.
Yeah, and I meant to watch the older one. And it's just actually I started it. To be honest, I started the new one, and then it just how if you don't watch movies,
Stuff gets
right
in the
time,
way.
Yeah, you fall asleep or whatever. Nothing against the movie.
Yeah,
but yeah. Will the hint even help me at all?
There isn't even a hint. It's not going to help you. I was just assuming that you had seen the movie.
That's totally good. I'm gonna take a big L on this one. And I'm totally okay with that. So
Shai
everybody,
Hulud.
Shai Hulud.
Shai
Would
Hulud.
have never had no.
Yep.
And I will take all of the boos in the chat or in the comments on how I haven't seen it.
Put your opprobrium for Jaws in the comments.
But you haven't seen it? How have you haven't seen it yet? Go ahead, because that's pretty true.
Read the book. Read the book. The book's good. The first book is good. Don't
Yeah.
read the rest of the books.
It's
They're whatever. But the first book's good.
Oh.
Your performance in this episode is looking sort of like this submersible right now. It's got a lot of cracks in it. But we're moving on to the final round, which I think is the easiest round.
Okay, great.
I think.
I hope so. I'm having fun. This game is awesome, so it's all good either way.
Round 3 on famous Jims and Jameses.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Jim's like Earthworm Jim, or Jim's like
people named Jim or James.
Cool.
Yeah. These are all about people named Jim or James. All right. Question number 14. Quote. I've never eaten one of these and then afterwards been, I'm glad I ate that. I'm always like, I'm gonna die. I paid for that? Did I eat it or rub it on my face? My back hurts, unquote. That is comedian Jim Gaffigan on what classic microwavable delicacy?
Oh man, where's the entrance? I'm gonna say pizza rolls.
Ooh,
Or it's either that or Hot Pockets. Was it Hot Pockets? Oh, I burst.
Hot Pockets.
Oh man,
It's Hot Pockets.
I feel the same about both.
I'll give you. Since you identified one of them,
Yeah.
And I interrupted you in the middle of you saying between the two, I'll give you partial credit on that.
Sure.
All right.
Two
And
points.
because I feel
2
bad
points on
for
that
you.
one. That's good. That's I'll take pity points. No
All
problem
right,
with
pity points. You get 3 pity points. You're up to 35. Question number 15 in our quiz tonight in round 3 on famous Jims and Jameses. The town of Riverside, Iowa, right, features a statue, museum, and monument dedicated to what future famous son of the
James
town?
T. Kirk.
James
That's where he's
Tiberius
born.
Kirk
That's
is
great.
correct. His future birthplace, Riverside, Iowa, March 22nd, 2228. Yeah, they have a little. Have you been there?
No, I would love to go to that place. I love Star
Yeah,
Trek.
it'd be fun. They have a little monument marking his future birthplace. There's a bronze statue of Captain Kirk.
Yeah.
And there's a museum there about Star Trek. So
It's pretty sweet.
All right, 5 points. You're up to 40. 40 cans of worms.
Oh man. 40.
All right,
We're doing good.
40.
We're back.
we're back at it. Yep. You've done well so far in this round. Question number 3, question 16 overall, but 3 in round 3. The either irrepressible or insufferable, depending on who you ask, James Corden is responsible for viral segments like carpool karaoke and crosswalk performances. What is the name of his late night talk show?
So,
because they all have really similar names.
Yeah, and it's not late night. It's either like the Late Show, but that was Craig Ferguson, and I don't know if he took over for him or just. I don't even think that's the same network.
I'm not sure that you can get up this thing here.
No, I tried. That's not the way. That was my thinking ramp. Like,
you gotta ramp yourself up to answer the question.
Let's take a bunch of damage here. It's probably a much easier way to do this. Oh, I missed. Oh, and I fell down the hole all the way down to the death. Excellent.
What is the name of James Corden's late night talk show?
Colbert has the Late Show. The Tonight Show is Jimmy. I'm gonna say the Late Show.
It is indeed the Late Show with James Corden.
So he took over for Craig Ferguson.
He did take over for Craig Ferguson, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
But yeah, James Corden, the Late Show.
Sure. Sweet.
5 points.
Yeah.
For 45 cans of worms.
Eat it, Earth Science.
You've gotten more points. Let's see, you've gotten 10. Oh, not quite. I was going to say, you've gotten 12 points in this round so far, and you got 18 total in the Earth Science round.
Nice.
So you're doing great. Question 17. Jim Thorpe, member of the Sac and Fox Nation, was the first Native American to win Olympic gold for the United States, which he did twice at the 1912 Summer Games in Stockholm. One of those medals was for a then record score performance in what athletics event for which King Gustav V called Thorpe the world's greatest athlete. The Olympic gold medalist in this event. Since then, that is the traditional title that they are granted, the world's greatest athlete.
Wow. What did he even do? Just, not swimming. I don't think he was a swimmer.
No, so specifically, I said I did tell you this. It was an athletics event, track and field.
Oh yeah.
So it is a
so
track and field.
I feel like
event.
javelin. My instinct was like javelin or something, but that seems. I'll go javelin.
All right. No, unfortunately, that's incorrect.
I just wait for the nose.
You're not the world's greatest athlete if you can throw a javelin.
The decathlon.
The decathlon is exactly right. Yes.
If I listen to the question, it's easier.
Yeah. So I'll give you 3 points for that one. So you're up to 48 points. Question 18. Legendary singer Etta James had been touring and recording for years before finally releasing her debut album in 1960. That album shares its name with James's signature song, which was first released early the next year. What is the name of that album and song share? As Jaws gets into the boss fight and immediately perishes.
Good can of worms, though. Is there a hint available for this?
There was a particular word I emphasized in that question, and I did it for a reason.
Is it believe?
Ooh, no. No.
Because you said share a bunch, and I'm like, well, I'll just guess a share song.
Oh, no. I emphasized the word finally.
Oh.
The song is At Last.
Oh.
At
Last. My love has... Yeah, that song.
Etta James, legendary.
Yeah, that's who that sang that. See, I didn't know the name of the person. And now I do. Yep. We're learning on Game and Guess, even as we fail horribly. I will now know my sedimentary rocks. and my Etta James.
And Etta James.
At least I knew the song, which is cool. Like I knew the song's existence, so we're learning stuff every time. So.
All right, question 19 here. Noted creepy madman Charles Guiteau shot him on July 2nd, 1881, but he didn't die until months later after some wildly ineffective old-timey medicine. Name that U.S. president who was shot on a Saturday, but conveniently for the purposes of this joke, died on a Monday.
Garfield.
President Garfield, exactly correct.
Monday.
Yep.
I was like, okay, which presidents were killed? There's only like 3, and then or 2. You know? Okay, great. This must be the Earth science level. I'm totally in the dark.
Womp. All right, your final question. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get this one.
Sticking with politics here.
All right.
Jim Clyburn, Democratic member of the House of Representatives. He's been in party leadership since 2007, currently serving as the House Majority Whip. He famously endorsed Joe Biden 3 days before the critical early primary in his home state, the first in the primary calendar with a significant black population. And his endorsement was pivotal in Biden's eventual win in that primary, which kickstarted his bid to become the Democratic nominee for president in 2020. What state does Jim Clyburn represent in Congress?
Georgia.
No. Ooh, so close. You were so confident there. Unfortunately, no. Is South Carolina.
Oh!
Right there. The South
So
Carolina
close.
primary.
Oh,
So,
man.
Unfortunately,
Georgia.
no points there.
What's that
You're going
country
to finish
music?
up today's quiz at 53 points.
All right.
53 points.
A record.
So you got more than half. More than half of the points is
Sweet.
something, for sure.
Awesome.
So, but a difficult quiz, I think, tonight.
Oh, yeah. That was tough.
While
But
playing a difficult
53 is good. I mean, that's more than I thought I was going to get based on how it started. So,
like I said, I think that this last round, you got a bunch of points in this last round. It was much more accessible than the other two, I thought.
all right.
All right, Jaws, you ready to hear about how you did?
Yeah.
All right. So, viewers, if you played along, here is how I will rate your performance. Right. So, if you got between 0 and 20 points, C. elegans, a very simple roundworm nematode, would have done better.
Wow. That's
so,
low.
If you got between 21 and 40 points, your trivia skills kind of crusty.
That's a good one. Yeah.
41 to 60 points. So this is you, Jaws. You did good, but you would be better if you snapped into a Slim Jim.
Oh.
If you got between 61 and 80 points, you did solid, like the Earth's iron nickel core. If you got between 81 and 90 points, you deserve a marble bust in the G&G Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And if you got between 91 and 100, you are, congratulations, the world's greatest athlete.
Perfect. Groovy.
Groovy. So there you go.
Awesome.
Please let us know how you did in the episode in the comments, and get at us on Twitter if you have feedback about the show, or you want to brag about how well you did, or what if you beat Jaws.
Yeah, please let me know how badly you beat me in the Earth Science category. I'll take it. Bring it on.
Bring it.
I'm hard as a rock. It's fine. Let's do it.
All right, Jaws. What am I playing next week?
All right. Well, fun trivia fact here. If you didn't know, Earthworm Jim was a Warner Brothers cartoon for a minute.
True.
They made a version of it, Saturday morning. So we're gonna go from one Warner Brothers cartoon to another, and have you play Tiny Toon Adventures for the Nintendo next time. So we'll get some cool cartoon-related questions. We'll get some Warner Brothers questions, and probably some rabbits. Lots of rabbits.
This is a game. Full disclosure, this is a game that I have extremely casually speedrun before for a 12-hour challenge last year at some point. So I have beaten this game, Buster only. So we'll see. I might play around with the other characters too, but we'll see if I can still get that clip in the haunted house level.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah,
awesome.
So Tiny Toon Adventures for the NES next episode. Awesome. All right. So make sure you like and subscribe and ring the bell so you get notifications. New episodes come out on Fridays, like this one. So tune in next week for Tiny Toon Adventures for the NES. Jaws, any last words in tonight's episode?
Just remember to find us on Twitter at Game and Guess, spelled out.
Yes.
And also, you can email us anytime. Tell us how we're doing. Let us know if there's any games you want us to play, trivia areas, stuff. You get just suggestions. That's Game and Guess, spelled out, at gmail.com.
Yeah, absolutely. Get at us. And let us know that you're watching. We appreciate you giving us your eyeballs here. So thanks once again. My name is Tyler Salt.
And I'm Jossum Sauce.
Keep gaming and guessing. See you next time.
See ya.